Hi everyone. I hope you're all doing well. I'm Karima,
Hi
and this
guys,
is
Mariana is here too. Hi
hi
guys.
again. For those who know us, you know that we're here to do your horoscope. Welcome for everybody who is new. Mariana and I usually do like to do an horoscope for each season of the zodiac, basically. So
Mhm.
the first part is our general reading that we're doing on the podcast of the Modern Witches, and we just talk about basically the transit that is happening from during all the seasons. So for this one, for Gemini season, from the
Mhm.
20th of May to the 20th of June.
Mhm.
And then we usually come on YouTube and do an horoscope. So it's about 10 minutes horoscope for each sign of the zodiac. So you can look at your sun, at your moon, or at your ascendant, and look what resonates with you. Sometimes it's like two signs and it's like a good general reading for you. But
Mhm.
we highly advise to look and to listen to the podcast and the general reading because you will have more insight about all the transit. In the horoscope, we really focus on specific ones.
Yeah,
What else? We're just excited to be with you
I'm
guys
so
and
excited. Gemini season is ahead of us, so it's gonna be a good one. It's a lighter energy season as
yeah,
a mutable sign. So check out all your placements.
for sure. And feel free to likes, feel free to comments, feel free to tell us if it resonates with you or not, or what you're going through. It's always helpful for other people to know what the same family sign are living through, or even for us, Mariana and we can see what is very important for you.
For sure.
So I
Now we're
think
gonna
that's
do
it.
the sign by sign. So go
Go
ahead and.
for it.
Hi, dear Geminis.
Hi.
Welcome to your season. Welcome.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Welcome to your monthly Gemini season reading from Karima and myself. We're so excited to be back here. So, guys, you have Sun coming into your first house. It's your birthday, it's your solar return. This is the time where you start your next 12-month cycle. This is such an exciting time for you guys.
Yes.
One thing we have to keep in mind, you start your season with your ruler Mercury being retrograde. So that is a little bit of a pause on that go-go energy with you because Mercury, I think, is in Taurus in the start of the Gemini season. And it's kind of making you re refigure out, like put a different spin on the experience you've had in the month before that. It's something from your unconscious is still, which is Taurus, your 12th house, where Mercury is at the time of the beginning of your season, has to be understood. Something that has been buried has to come to the surface, and honestly, this retrograde motion is where you understand this. It's where it becomes more clear. And once Mercury goes direct on June 3rd, you that clarity, that mental sharpness that is such an important part of your character comes back to you. And it's such an excited time. The first part of the Gemini season for you guys is a little bit of a patience game. It's a little bit of a like
Mhm.
planning time. It's a little bit of a like smoothing over little bumps and miscommunication that has happened prior to that, right?
Mhm.
And yeah, just super excited. And you have a lot of stuff is happening in your 11th house with Mars and Jupiter in Aries. So a lot of the stuff that will get a green light after June 3rd with Mercury going direct will have to do with community that you build.
Yeah, this is definitely two houses that communicate well. You have, like Marina said, the sun going to Gemini in your first house. So it's about yourself, it's about you, it's about your identity. So it's a very like a reset, like we call it reset button when you're going
Mhm.
for your first house. but it communicates really well with the 11th house. And you have Mars and Jupiter in Aries in that part of your chart. And the 11th house is about your community, it's about your surround, like your friends, your group. Like which group are you identify with? It's going to be very important. And so that might be like you. There's also, I want to say it also because in traditional astrology there is it's a very lucky house, the 11th house, and it's also about your goal, your direction, your hope, and your dreams that are growing here. Like you might have some idea about new plans that you want to create, new project that you want to create that's going to be very vigorating by Mars ingressing in Aries on May 24th and giving you the energy. Mars is going to give you energy to make it. And it's possible that you make it with a group, that you find your peers to do something, and that those peers, this community will help you grow in the right direction. But what is nice is like, yes, is in a group, in the peers, but it's also about yourself because the sun is in your first house. So it's you in the group, you and your group friends, you and your plan, but it's very about collaboration. And there is a lot happening between, because as you like we said, first house, the sun's coming into the first house. So the axis is the first and the seventh house. So on the opposite of the first house, you have the seventh house, which is about your relationship 101. And marriage is also represent marriage. People say contract in traditional astrology, but it's very relationship 101. And so there is something happening here because you have the new moon in Taurus, in Gemini in your first house, so it's about yourself. And there's this full moon in the seventh house. So it's definitely something about relationship that is happening during that season and about your identity and asserting yourself and making sure that you're being heard inside of a relationship. They can be with a friend, with a couple, like in your partners, relationship, love partners, something like that. It's very like disturbed because the full moon in Sagittarius is tricky. It is tricky. And that's why we're saying that because at the time, during the full moon in Sagittarius, Mars is going to conjunct Chiron in your 11th house. So it's possible that the group that you affiliate with, or the wish, or the hope, or your new goal that you want to create or affiliate with, it's going to be very highlighted in that part of the chart. Come into confrontation to your love partner or a friend. Something might like be a little bit different. You might change. You are changing, Gemini, and at a fast pace with Jupiter in that part of your chart. And you might affiliate to a group or something that is not what you used to be with. Like that's all.
It's honestly Jupiter, though it's a very benefic planet in your house of its highest goals and community, that's really true for you. With Jupiter, if something doesn't belong, it also like can like cut it out of your life. But the thing is, here you can learn so much through your peers. There's a healing through taking initiative, maybe, that can happen here in 11th house, right? The people who can reawaken your courage, the desire to go after your highest goals can come into your life also,
Yeah.
And I just want to say a couple words about this new moon in Gemini. It's at 9 degrees of Gemini on May 30th. Your ruler and the ruler of this new moon, Mercury, is making so many connections. And it's Mercury, it's still retrograde at a time, and it's connecting with the North Node, it's squaring Saturn and trining Pluto sextile in Neptune. What all this means is that the communication, the quality of communication that is retrograde, that is about reflection, it's about reassessment, is being tested for clear boundaries, for right direction. It's going to be in Taurus, right? And during the new moon, and close to North Node. So like the values of your communication, how you communicate, all of those things come into the forefront. Mercury is super active during this lunation. So trine to Pluto, how can you feel empowered? How can you transform through communication? Through what can you learn, Mercury retrograde, through connecting to other people? I mean, it's a very like, it's, I wouldn't say it's a good new moon to start something. Maybe like in the growing moon cycle after the Mercury goes direct after June 3rd, it's good to start new projects. But right on the new moon, I would kind of temper myself.
Yeah. Yes. And with Venus ingressing in the 12th house, that will help you definitely to deal with this Mercury retrograde in the 12th until June 3rd. But agree, like after June 3rd, you can very much make decision, like start to push your action. But before that, it's just evaluation, looking around. But I just put up a card for you, and you got the sun, which is the brightest card.
How nice.
It is so nice. The sun is literally going to the sign, to your sign, Gemini. So it's a very moment to shine, is your first house. It's a lot about happiness and what makes you happy. It's a lot about like bringing joy in. When I say that, it's like bringing your joys in with people that you hang out with your community, who you relate to, and also on your future plan or goal. This is a good time to do, unless when you have the sun doing, it's a solar return, the sun is coming back to the place of your birth, where the sun was. And so it's important for you to understand that there's also a new cycle, a new sun cycle, and that's very much highlighting that cycle right now with the sun.
Yeah.
And this is a bright time for you to express. First house is also about the self-expression and to begin something that you very much enjoy and bring you inner, your the inner child kind of happiness, and go back to that place of joy, because at the bottom of the deck you have the Six of Cups, which is very much about what brings you pleasure, is bringing you back in the past. And so maybe you reconnect with a group of people that you didn't see for a while, or maybe you reconnect with a passion that you didn't do for a while, but it's something that's reconnected to your childhood, or that's reconnected to your past that you liked, and that bring you this kind of nostalgic and bring you happiness, basically.
I love that. Yeah, and the child on the sun card, and
Oh yeah.
I often think that about that card as, I know it's a Leo card, but it's also a very Gemini card to me, the sun, because of the child.
Because of the child, yeah.
Well,
okay, guys.
Good luck, Geminis.
Seems like a nice season for you guys.
Yeah, it does. Have fun. Enjoy the process.
We'll give you many kisses.
Many kisses.
See you soon, guys.
Bye, guys.